It's time for our basic first mark sheet of the match. Let's see how Sanjay Manjrekar marks players from the Rajasthan Royals, the Sunrisers Hyderabad, the Mumbai Indians and the Delhi Capitals.
Basic First, specialized platform for JEE Main Advanced, NEET and 6 to 12.
Right, Sanjay, let's start with a rather dramatic early game from Sunday. That was between Rajasthan and Hyderabad. And we'll start with Rahul Tewatia. How would you mark Tewatia for yet another match-winning performance out of 10?
Obviously, 11 out of 10 doesn't make any sense because it's got to be 10 out of 10. So 10 out of 10. Bowled his 4 overs and once again, an amazing turnaround. And this time, actually, the turning point wasn't so much about going after a guy who's not a great death bowler like Sheldon Cottrell the other night. It was going after Rashid Khan to turn the game in his favor. And you could see that this guy has got some kind of cricketing sense. And it's just lovely to see him use his confidence and become such a game-changing player. You know, this is no more a fluke now. We have to expect Tewatia to come and surprise us. And for that, it's 10 out of 10.
All right. Well, he had to have Rian Parag at the other end, who in fact saw a tricky phase of the game through after Rajasthan had lost a few wickets, came back into the team, Sanjay, in this game and make sure he saw his side home. How would you mark young Rian Parag out of 10?
Again, you know, I know I gave Tewatia 10 out of 10, but you can't take marks away from a young player who's not really got enough opportunities this season, hasn't really got a big score. Today, he stayed there with Tewatia, with the belief that he could do it. You could see that in the body language, and some people have been raving about his temperament. They say he's got a good head on his shoulders. So, you know, I was really looking at his innings, and there were some quality shots played there. So, yes, Rian Parag as well played brilliantly, and I'm in a very liberal mood today. So, 10 out of 10 for Parag as well.
Let me see if the liberal mood continues, because we've got Shikhar Dhawan coming up in a minute or so. But Manish Pandey is on before that, who got a half century, and we thought he had done well to labour his way to a half century to give Hyderabad what Tom Moody called at the time a pass score or a good enough score. How would you mark Manish Pandey for his 54 today out of 10?
See, I see Manish Pandey getting a 50, and the strike rate is about 120. Then I see Kane Williamson come after him, and of course he's obliged to play quicker. But then he gets 20 and his strike rate is 180. So makes me look at Manish Pandey's innings slightly different. And in the end, as luck would have it, that, you know, target wasn't enough. It was unfortunate that, you know, there was that great turnaround because that was a match for them to win. But you know, Manish Pandey, 50 is a score, batting first, always tricky. You know, what is the right target? So I'll say 8 out of 10.
All right, fair enough. Let's go to the next game and a few half centuries for Sanjay to mark. Surya Kumar Yadav, who Sanjay did say is a man who's in a purple patch as we reviewed this game. 53 of 32 for Surya. Sanjay, how would you mark his innings out of 10?
Yeah, it seems like that purple uniform that he used to wear for the franchise that he used to play for earlier, that form is now with Surya Kumar Yadav when he's playing for Mumbai Indians. You like the connection that I made with the color purple?
I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Carry on.
Thank you. So basically, you know, Surya Kumar Yadav, as you said, is in a purple patch. Just the way he started out, the first ball that he faced, flicked it for 4. There was one shot, a carom ball that he picked from Ashwin, which was short of length. And with a straight drive, he played a lofted back foot cover drive for 4. I mean, these are kind of shots that, you know, just you get dazed seeing these kind of shots. So that's been the kind of form that he's had. And today was no different. Unfortunate that he wasn't there till the end. So I'll maybe take 1 mark away from Surya for that, 9 out of 10.
All right. What about Renal Pandey, who bowled 4 overs today, picked up a couple of wickets and also had the little job of making sure his team saw the chase through? How would you mark Renal out of 10?
I'm actually very understanding of people who have limited ability, and Renal Pandey is one of those guys. He's not one of those who's got, you know, natural talent of bowling and batting and extremely gifted. He's just somebody who's got a very strong temperament and, you know, tries his best, doesn't get too phased. He's not afraid to bowl in the first 6 overs. So, you know, with the left-hand batsman out there, all his 4 overs, he bowled economically and in the end saw the team through as well. So an all-round performance, more for his bowling, I would say 9 out of 10.
And finally, Shikhar Dhawan for that innings that now will come under the scanner and scrutiny, and looking at how Mumbai got home. How would you mark Dhawan's half century, Sanjay, out of 10?
So well done. It was a long innings, and I'm sure he's got enough time there in the middle. There's a bit of pressure on him with the kind of people sitting outside and the strike rates that some of them are showing. So he's trying to, make sure that he still stays relevant. So I can understand the pressure. But an innings that was almost he batted right through the innings. And in the end, when you have a score that seemed at halftime to be well below par against a team like Mumbai Indians, you got to start wondering whether he played quickly enough. And forget about playing quickly enough. Was there an intention to play quickly and maximize the score? And I didn't quite see that through the inning. There was some attempts, but not as often as he should have, especially against left-arm spin. So maybe for Shikhar Dhawan, despite the 50, I would say 7 out of 10.
All right, Sanjay, thank you very much for your markings. And that sums up our basic first mark sheet of the match.
Basic First, specialized platform for JEE Main Advanced, NEET and 6 to 12.